Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Overnight Action Report here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joe Cusick from the Cusick Group. Securities offered by MoneyBlock, where if you want to get great rates on trading stocks or options, come back to us. We'll give you some great insights on that. But let's jump into the markets because we've had a long weekend here in the U.S. and the Asian markets, they traded on Monday and Tuesday so far. And jumping in right away, taking a look at the Japanese Nikkei, it did little on Monday. The action was very light because of the holiday here in the U.S., but it did manage to post a gain of about 0.7% overnight on Tuesday. This coincided with the 0.5% decline that we saw in the yen against the U.S. dollar. That weakness is something that the Japanese have been trying to fight. They just haven't been able to win. The dollar strength basically was spurred by some comments that we've heard from a voting member of the FOMC, Mester. He basically suggested that a rate hike is still on the table, potentially in March. You saw Nippon Paper Industries up 6.8% after they said that they're going to start raising paper prices. You also saw Yokohama Rubber, Suzuki Motor, Yokohama Motor, Mazda Motor, and Fast Retailing up between 1.8% and 3.4%. Watch these commodity prices. We're seeing things like paper. Normally we keep an eye on, gold and oil and some of the softs like corn and soybeans. But things like paper are starting to be on the move. And we're seeing that reflected in some of the PMIs around the world. Taking a look at EWJ trading at 51.19, again, well above that $50 level, which is got the bull camp basically in control with the Japanese stocks, and the market has been strong to the upside. See very little volatility, so no expectation of big violent moves right now in Japan. Now, taking a look at China, the Shanghai Composite, it was one of the more robust indices over the last 2 days. It gained 1.2% on Monday and an additional 0.4% overnight on the Tuesday action. Now, the buying, it could have been related to a story that has been coming out, and there's a local suggestion on the mainland that pension funds are going to start to participate in the markets more actively. This basically got traders buying on the news. It hasn't become official, but there was no other economic data or information that was out from the People's Bank or from the government itself, and we didn't see any large cap names on the move in either one of the sessions, so on notable news. Very interesting action there based on there is a hope that they could have some pretty private sector and pension fund sector rotation into their markets. FXI trading at $38.46. We're watching that $36 level, $36.80. That's a level that is firmly in control. That's support. And with FXI trading at $38.46, it would take some significant movement to the downside for the bulls to be rattled. Taking a look at Hong Kong, though, speaking of rattled, fell 0.8%. What's notable, HSBC, they fell 5%. Now, this UK institution, this bank, came out and basically had disappointing earnings. Now, their profits dropped by about 62%. So the stock's down about 5-6%. We're going to get into that taking a look at on the open in Europe at 8:45 Eastern time. But we did see a little bit of a silver lining with some gaming names like Sands China and Galaxy Entertainment. They were up pretty decently. And then we did see that they took a hit. As a matter of fact, now that I did look at that, I'm going to pull the silver lining out. They were down about 1.3% and 2.3%. The gaming names did get hit after we started seeing some action HSBC. Be careful there, too. The housing industry there is under some pressure, especially with what looks to be some heating up economies. That means rates could be on the move. That could be trouble for the housing sector. EWH is trading at $21.46. We're going to be watching that $20.60, $20.70 level on this Hong Kong ETF. Finally, India's Sensex. It climbed about 0.4%. Most of the components were to the upside. Axis Bank actually jumped 5% after receiving a merger proposal, while ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank gained about 1.1% and 0.4% respectively. EPI is trading at 22.16, this Indian ETF. We want to watch the $20.60 level on this one. That's support, but the stock is trading, the ETF is trading well above that, so the bulls are clearly in control. All right, folks, that's it right now for the overnight action report. Asia, there's a lot of movement there, but the bulls are clearly in control. Let's see if that flows over into Europe. Join me at 8:45 Eastern time here at MarketStream.live. I'll give you all that action in the EU. See you then.